What if the man you met online wasn't just hiding secrets, but hiding centuries? Welcome to the darkest corners of modern horror. Today, we're diving into The Keeper, a 2025 psychological nightmare that even legendary horror director James Wan praised. This isn't just another horror movie. This is a masterclass in terror that will make you delete every dating app on your phone. Before we descend into madness, hit that subscribe button. You're going to need somewhere safe to return to after this story. Let the nightmare begin. Our story begins with Liz, a woman in her late 30s, tired of the dating game, tired of disappointments. Then she meets Malcolm on a dating app. He's handsome, successful, and after just 1 week of chatting, he invites her to his cabin in the remote countryside. Red flag? Maybe, but Malcolm seems perfect. Too perfect. The drive is long, the landscape grows darker, trees close in around them like prison bars. But when they arrive, Liz's doubts vanish. The cabin is stunning, aesthetic, luxurious, the kind of place that screams money. She's found her jackpot, or so she thinks. As Liz explores the cabin, something catches her eye. A cake box with strange brown stains. Not frosting, something else. Something that looks disturbingly organic. But love, or rather the promise of wealth, makes us blind. That night, Malcolm's cousin Darren arrives with his girlfriend Mika, a soap commercial model with a warning in her eyes. As the couples exchange pleasantries, Mika pulls Liz aside with urgent whispers. "Don't eat the cake," she says. "It tastes like death." But before Liz can process this cryptic warning, Darren and Mika leave. The door closes. The trap tightens. Malcolm offers Liz the chocolate cake. She refuses. He insists. She refuses again. He pushes harder. He bought it especially for her, he says. The guilt works. The manipulation succeeds. Liz takes a bite. And that's when everything changes. That night, Liz dreams of women. Many women. Different faces, different eras, but all sharing the same terror in their eyes. All facing the same fate. They're being hunted, shot, tortured, and in every vision there's a box, a chocolate cake, a sacrifice. Liz wakes up screaming, but the nightmare isn't over. Her body feels different. Her mind feels hungry. Like a woman possessed, she finds herself at the kitchen counter, devouring the rest of the chocolate cake. She can't stop, won't stop. The cake is calling to her, pulling at something deep inside her soul. In the shadows, a figure watches. A woman with hollow eyes. A presence from beyond. The next morning, Malcolm is surprised, confused. According to his plan, Liz should be unconscious by now, comatose, ready for the ritual. But she's awake, alert, drawing strange symbols and faces of women she's never met. Something has gone terribly wrong with Malcolm's plan. Or perhaps terribly right. Malcolm takes Liz on a walk to the river. Romantic on the surface, sinister underneath. At the riverbank, Liz's visions intensify. She sees a pregnant woman, ancient, powerful, dancing at an altar. Two young men watch from the shadows, predators, hunters, brothers planning murder. In the water, Liz finds something, an antique locket, old, heavy with history and pain. When she opens it later, the truth floods in like a tsunami. But before she can process anything, Malcolm receives an emergency call from the hospital. He's the head doctor. He's needed urgently. He must leave for a week. A week, alone, in the cabin. Liz should leave. Every instinct screams at her to run. But something keeps her there. The locket around her neck pulses with dark energy. The visions won't stop. The past is demanding to be witnessed. After Malcolm leaves, Liz calls her best friend. She admits the truth. She's only with Malcolm for his money. She's playing the long game. She just needs to wait it out, secure the relationship, and inherit everything. But as she speaks these words of manipulation, she doesn't realize she's the one being manipulated. She's not the hunter in this story. She's the prey. The hallucinations worsen. Liz sees bodies in the trash, figures crawling on the ceiling like spiders. Her reality is fracturing. Then Mika appears, or rather, her spirit does. She's dead, murdered in the woods, and she's not alone. She's joined by dozens of other women, all victims, all sacrifices, all part of a centuries-old cycle of death. But Mika has a message. You're special. You can control this curse. Before Liz can understand, she wakes up. Another layered dream, another warning ignored. Darren arrives at the cabin looking for Mika. He seems concerned, worried, but there's something in his eyes, the same predatory gleam as Malcolm. He insists on staying, insists on having drinks. Liz tries to escape to the bathroom, sensing danger. In the kitchen, Darren picks up a knife. His true intentions surface. But he never gets the chance to use it. A dark figure emerges from the shadows, long neck, twisted form, one of the creatures born from centuries of ritualistic murder. Darren dies screaming, his head nearly severed from his body. When Liz returns, she finds his watch in the sink drain, and then she sees it, a figure wearing a plastic bag mask, offering her chocolate cake. The entity, the keeper, the guardian of this cursed place. Liz tries to call for help, but as she speaks on the phone, something appears behind her, a creature with an impossibly long neck, stretching like rubber, breathing down her spine. The call drops. Darren arrives home early, and he's shocked to find Liz alive.
Oh, God!
Malcolm tries to maintain his composure, but Liz knows something is wrong. She finds an old photograph in the bathroom. Malcolm with a wife and 2 children, but the photo is ancient, wrong century. When confronted, Malcolm realizes his game is over. The truth must come out. He expected Liz to be unconscious after eating the cake, comatose, ready to be sacrificed. But she's awake, alert, and demanding answers. So Malcolm tells her everything. The year was 1840. He and Darren were young men following their father's orders to kill a pregnant woman from a forbidden cult. But the woman was powerful, resilient, hard to kill. They locked her in a pig pen, waiting for their father to finish the job. But that night, something happened. The woman gave birth, not to a human child, to something else, something dark, something powerful enough to slaughter every pig in the pen and consume them whole. Malcolm made a choice that night. He killed the mother, he claimed the creature, and he discovered the secret to immortality. For 185 years, Malcolm and Darren have been luring women to this cabin, feeding them the cursed chocolate cake mixed with the creature's essence, sacrificing them to maintain their eternal youth. Dozens of women, hundreds maybe, all victims of the same ritual. All those visions Liz had been seeing, they were real, every single one. Liz is just the latest in a long line of prey. But Malcolm made one critical mistake. He chose the wrong victim. Liz wakes up in the basement, the sacrificial chamber, surrounded by darkness and the smell of death. But she's not alone. From the shadows emerge creatures, multiple entities with elongated bodies and hollow eyes, the offspring of that murdered woman from 1840, kept alive, kept hungry, kept in service to Malcolm and Darren for nearly 2 centuries. They've been feeding on sacrificed women for generations, and they should attack Liz, consume her, add her to the collection of bones and skulls that litter this underground hell. But they don't. Instead, they bow. Because when Liz opened that locket, when she ate the cursed cake and survived, when she connected with the visions of the past, she became something the creatures recognize. She's the reincarnation of their mother, the woman Malcolm murdered 185 years ago. And now her children want revenge. Liz has a choice: die as a victim or rise as something else entirely. She chooses power. The creatures accept her as their new mother, and with that acceptance comes a transfer of dark magic. Her eyes turn black. Ancient knowledge floods her mind. She becomes the new keeper of this cursed place. But she won't continue Malcolm's tradition of sacrifice. She has other plans. Malcolm wakes up the next morning, but something's wrong. His hands are wrinkled, spotted with age. His face is sagging. His hair is white and falling out in clumps. The immortality is gone. The creatures have withdrawn their gift. moment. 185 years of borrowed time are catching up to him all at once. He's aging by the second, decades compressing into minutes. He tries to move, but finds himself hanging upside down, stuck to the ceiling like a bat, paralyzed, helpless. And then he sees her. Liz walks into the room, but she's different now. Her eyes are completely black. Power radiates from her body. The creatures follow behind her like loyal children. Malcolm begs, pleads, makes excuses, claims he was going to let her go, claims this was all a misunderstanding. But Liz knows the truth. She's seen the boxes in the storage room, dozens of them, each containing the belongings of a murdered woman, each representing a life stolen, a family destroyed, a future erased. Malcolm doesn't deserve mercy. He deserves what he gave to so many others. The creatures lower Malcolm into a massive vat, not water, not oil, honey. Thick, golden, suffocating honey. Malcolm struggles, but his aged body is weak. The honey fills his lungs. His screams turn to bubbles. His movements slow. And finally, after 185 years of escaping justice, Malcolm the Immortal drowns. The keeper is dead. Long live the keeper. So the next time you meet someone perfect on a dating app, maybe ask yourself, what are they really hiding? If you survived this story, hit that like button, share it with someone brave enough to handle it, and subscribe for more deep dives into the darkest corners of cinema. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. And remember, not all keepers guard something precious. Some guard something unspeakable.